Guys, Josh here. Wanted to show you my new toy. I was in the market for a welding hood. So again, I was doing my researches on YouTube just like everyone else, and I couldn't find too much on this welding hood. So I wanted a good welding hood, but I also wanted it to take standard lenses. Was a 4.5 by 5.25 rectangle lens. That was very important to me. So during all my research, there's very few that actually say what they are. The one that actually, of course, that takes standard lenses is good old-fashioned Jackson. So Jackson hoods. This was my first auto hood, which was the Jackson Nexgen, and this is the one I pretty much fell in love with. Again, it takes standard lenses, so to me it just made sense. Nice digital, whatever the heck. But this review is not about this guy. My point was that I was trying to find something that could replace it. That one's dying. The screen is starting to get speckled whenever I'm welding, so it's got extra dark spots that are just, yeah, obviously she's dying. So this thing just came in this afternoon. Hobart Pro hood. It's not the best on the market, but it wasn't the worst. I mean, I didn't want to go Harbor Freight. I was afraid of going too cheap, actually. But what caught my eye with this guy was their new super headgear. This thing with their flip out back end. For all you guys that have trouble getting a headgear on, this guy is unbelievably comfortable. This is almost like a cushioned back pad. It's like a cushioned rubber back pad. The headband is pretty much the same. It's just a standard cheap foam with the velvet lining or whatever hell you want to call it. The ratchet mechanism, it's not so hot. Actually, that feels kind of cheap compared to my Jackson. So I believe there we go. The catch is only on this side. It's not even. So, but it's got a real aggressive latch on there, and that was that felt good to me. Yeah, slowly Jackson one slowly drifts down. It gets annoying, but all right. To show you more of the features, again, nobody else was showing anything on this. This thing has basic dials. So, of course, you got your sensitivity dial. You have, your low battery indicator. Obviously, you see all these buttons, guys. There's your delay. Generally, I don't like a long delay. I like a short delay. I want this thing to fire on and off as I'm welding. That way, I could do positioning or whatever the heck I need to. So, I generally keep my delay to a minimum. Shade, I generally go 10. I don't know how everybody's got their preference, but no, I think most of them come standard 11. Now, sensitivity, they actually should give you a little arrow where they recommend you are with this. But grind mode, you just crank that all the way up to the highest setting, and you feel kind of a little click there. And you could see it actually clicks in and sets. So that's your grind mode. If you wanted to compare it to the Nexgen, I mean, these are all very simple features, guys. Is that pretty obvious? There's your sensitivity, there's your grinding spot, there's your delay, and your shade. How difficult is that? Now, when you talk about my Nexgen, this guy's a pain in the butt to scroll through. You see all the different size settings. You click her on. See if you can zoom in on that. So she turns on. You could actually scroll through your settings. So you can set your shade high or low. Sensitivity. Now that's kind of hard to know. Obviously, high sensitivity, low sensitivity. 1 is low, 10 is high. That sort of thing. So when I'm outdoors, I kick it down to about, I believe it was 2. I think I normally set it at. But again, that's all user preference. Then you got your delay. Again, I'm at 0. I don't like it. I don't like waiting waiting a minute or 2 seconds after I finish welding. I like the thing to shut off and turn on immediately. Again, it's all about positioning with me. Then you got your 3-in-1, which means that's your run setting. This review is not about the Nexgen. It's about this. And again, I'm doing this to compare. That way you guys get apples to apples. You could kind of see the difference in features. Some of you guys might have been curious about the Nexgen. But this guy, simple features. Lens-wise, guess what? Standard lenses. Heck yeah. Hobart, I believe, is owned by Miller, or was somebody said ITW or IW2, whatever the heck they said. Yeah, all Miller and Hobart are pretty much the same company. So Hobart is more the hobbyist side of it. Yeah, I don't like these buttons to remove this thing. It's a pain in the butt, actually. They don't release very easily. So this whole thing comes off in one cartridge. They say this is not rated for overhead welding because it's got this ledge here. Obviously, anything's going to sit on that ledge and melt your screen, melt the frame. Then I was wondering, all right, well, how the heck's my lens get out of there? You actually got to pop this out from here. So this is actually in a nice boot. If you drop this thing, a nice rubber boot, if you drop this thing, it's not going to shatter on you. At least you got that going for you. Yeah, there you are, guys. Simple lenses. I love it. That I do love. At my shop, we get I give away free lenses to my guys. So again, I see it as a consumable. I want my guys to do, weld good. I don't want anybody to have an excuse of, oh, I got a bad lens. No, just go grab another one, guys. All right, let's pop this all back together. This is very thin plastic here, but again, I doubt I'm going to break it. Snaps in, good to go. This is a very flexible, thin polymer, very flexible. It's got a lot of clearance between the headgear and the side. All right, you guys are gonna laugh at me. I got big ears, but you know what? My old hoods with the small space here, my ear was always caught and hit. Yeah, it was very annoying. And again, this was a newer generation headgear from Jackson. This one had a little more clearance, but again, it wasn't the greatest. Actually, when I put this guy on, I felt very comfortable in it. Let's check the distance here. All you guys here. Yeah. Who thought I'd actually do an ear review for a Jackson hood? All right, I got 3/4 of an inch clearance. All right. 7/8. Yep, I knew it. So there is obviously more clearance here. We're talking about 1/8 of an inch, but again, that 1/8 of an inch felt very comfortable to me. This is a very light hood. This is very light. How much compared to the Nexgen? Let's say it's about 1 ounce lighter. I mean, between the two, this is a standard hood, but this guy is certainly lighter. It feels lighter. Just lighter, feels super flexible. I don't know if I care for all that flexibility in it. It's just I'm used to it. Well, I'm used to a Jackson hood. I'm used to a Jackson Shadow helmet. That's what I learned in, and that's what I've been using, since. So after 16 years, it does feel weird to hold something different. But I'm happy with this. You talk about the screen size. Screen size is the same almost as my Nexgen. So we're talking about something, we're talking minorly different, if that. I'm going 3 3/4 wide. 3 3/4 wide. Let's say I got 2 5/16. Again, this is very crude. Heck, 2 5/16. It's the same. We got the same viewing lens. We got almost the same size solar. Kind of like how they positioned too close sensors and then too far. This one, they're minorly different, but overall, this guy's got a pretty good action. Alright, now let's check this out. I gotta try to get this review shorter here, guys. I'm sure you're wondering, everybody probably wants to go look at something else, and you're probably starting to skip through this thing. I don't blame you. So to turn it on, basically just hit this reset button. Why it says reset, I don't know what the hell you're resetting. It's got manual knobs. What the hell does that mean? Yeah, again, alright, I'm sure it was just a generic button. They're like, alright, they didn't know what else to put on. It was, let's just put reset. Alright, so hit the reset button. You see it blink twice. Lets you know it's on something. There's no indicator lights. That I didn't like. I had no clue if this thing was on or off until I started playing with this thing. Oh, now it actually does not. Oh, it's in grind mode. I was supposed to say, why is it not turning on? Alright, sensitivity in its recommended setting. So it is switching. I don't know if you guys could tell that. Yep, there it is. So, it is what it is. And here, just if you guys really want to see go that far, I got my striker. So, it switches fast enough for me. Again, this is not your Harbor Freight helmet. This is obviously a premium compared to Harbor Freight. I'm not happy about the big Hobart. I was hoping that was a sticker and I could just peel it off, but that is painted on. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Oh, just fill in. This does come with its own little bag. It does come with a few extra lenses and that such thing. Guys, thank you very much for watching. This was my first welding hood review. Later. Oh, if you like it, give me a thumbs up, please. If it's bad, why not? Give me a thumbs down. But give me a thumbs up anyways. So if you like it, please, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Also, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel a lot. Later.